long time ago, I was in a gun class. It was really tactical pistol class. And the teacher of it was from Missouri, and he trains the highway patrol and most of the police in Missouri. And it was a little tip he gave me that absolutely will give you a split-second advantage on a draw that's so simple. So simple. Now, before we get into it, I do want to take a moment, thank Victory Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram for sponsoring our channel, but also being the hands and feet of Jesus Christ by feeding the hungry with food pantries, by feeding the hungry with hot meals, by taking care of the orphans with orphanages. They are walking the walk. So I'm going to leave their link below. Check them out. You can check out their Giving Hope Fund, which will show you the ministries they're involved in around the world. And I'm just going to say that, you can also buy a car there and they'll ship it to you. But if they have a ministry in your hometown, I recommend you buy a car from them. Don't go to the guy down the road because he doesn't have a ministry in your hometown. So that link is below. So here's the tip. Ultimately, this tip, again, it's a real simple tip. If you're carrying, like I'm a right-handed person, so if I'm carrying in an ideal situation, I'm carrying on my right hip. Call that your strong side. Well, oftentimes, like now, I'm in a coat. And to get that coat out of the way takes a second. So what this tip was to take your car keys, and if you're right-handed and you're carrying right side, put the keys in your right pocket of your coat. That way, when you knock your coat out of the way, there's something heavy in there that makes it fly out of the way. You're not just fighting material. You're dealing with a metal object that you can knock out of the way. And, sure, maybe just a split second, if you actually practiced with and without keys in your right pocket, or left if you're left-handed. If you actually practiced that way, I think, and timed it, I think you'd find a split second there somewhere. So I think this tip is something that, I don't always think about, but I think it's important that as a carrier, you continue to remind yourself. I've shared last year, the whole year, I carried a tiny little pocket pistol, Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380, but it was mostly in my pocket. And now I'm carrying a gun on my hip. And it reminds me, oh yeah, put your keys in your right pocket. So I think it's important as you go out and you're carrying, think about the little things, regardless of what you're carrying, where you're carrying it. Think about the little tiny things that'll give you that split second advantage over the other guy, who most criminals probably have a gun stuffed down their pants or, just tucked in a belt. Criminals usually don't use holsters, so I believe if you have a holster, you already have the advantage. But just put those keys in your right side pocket. The other thing you could do if you don't, if it's not your keys, he recommended is pick up a little handful of stones, put them in your right pocket. Same idea. So there you go. Any thoughts or insight on this? Definitely put it below. Would like to take a moment, say most people watch this channel, they're not subscribers. Click that subscribe button. It's free and it greatly increases the algorithm and our ability to get these messages out. That link is also below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests. Never hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, Guns. So I love God. Love your family. Love guns.